What's up, Marty?
I'm just waiting for you to say something because I'm always the one that says something first.
All right. Well, I'm enjoying your mega hat that you got on.
Who says it's a MAGA hat?
It's,
Just because it's red?
I guess so, man. It's off the back. Like when did you really see red hats before Donald Trump came out with the mega hats?
I mean,
There for sure are.
yeah.
There are teams.
I remember when fitted hats were a thing. Philly was like, I remember even having a Philly hat.
Really.
Like, remember when fitted hats was a thing?
I
Like,
do.
now I think it's so lame.
It went from fitted hats to snapbacks, and then yeah, I don't know. My head is also pretty big, so I feel like hats don't add to it. It just makes my head look even bigger.
Yeah, I never see you wear hats.
Yeah, I rarely. I
Or
would
beanies.
no, I would wear hats a little bit back in the days, like when we were like 18, 19. I'd wear some hats.
Yeah. Because we have videos where you actually do wear hats, but recently, I never see you wear hats.
Nah, yeah. Plus, I
Do you
don't
even
know.
own hats?
Good question. Here in Florida, I have like a decent amount of hats that I just never took to California with me, and I like the hats. That's why I never got rid of them. But I don't know. I like my hair, I guess.
You know what's funny? I used to wear so much beanies in Florida
Yeah, you did.
where it was actually hot. And now, like, and then when I moved to LA, I just stopped wearing them. And it's like, that's the place to kind of wear it, especially like during wintertime because it's kind of chilly at
Yeah.
times.
But you do
And
wear
I
a
stopped
decent amount
wearing
of
it.
hat. You do wear a decent amount of hats.
Yeah, I have been wearing, and it's funny because in Florida, I never, ever wore hats.
Yeah, you didn't. It'd actually be weird seeing you with a hat. You were definitely a beanie boy.
Yeah. And another thing, too, is I used to always wear jeans in Florida on that hot ass fucking weather.
Yeah. But you don't wear
And
jeans anymore?
I kind of wear joggers most of the time.
True. I also like
Or shorts.
also
Here I've been wearing shorts a shit ton.
well, I mean now because it's freaking summertime, but wait till it gets to winter, boy.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like in Florida, it's summer all year long, and
Yeah.
I was still wearing jeans.
Damn, I actually was wearing jeans yesterday. I went to the mall, with my mom, and then we left the mall and went out to eat. But the restaurant was so packed, they only had outdoor seating or a 45-minute wait. And we were like, whatever, we could sit outside. Oh my God, bro. It was so hot. And I had like ripped jeans where like I could somewhat breathe. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh no.
Also, doesn't help that here in Florida, since I have my CCW, I'm always carrying. And then having that massive thing on me, it's not massive, but still, it's like having that on you makes it uncomfortable sitting down with jeans on and a belt. Not comfortable at all.
Wait, so it's tucked in inside your jeans?
Not like I have a holster, so I put it
But
on the
it's also
holster.
stays outside.
Well, yeah, it's outside of the jeans, but it's on the holster.
Is it visible?
No, it can't be visible. CCW, carried concealed weapons permit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. So why do you carry it?
I'm used to it. Living out here in Florida, I always carry a gun. I don't know, bro. There's a lot of crazy ass shit that happens here. Even in California, I wish I could carry around in California, honestly. Especially in California, honestly, because in my opinion, is who the only people that have guns out in California that are carrying guns are the criminals for the most part. Not the
Or
people.
the cops?
Yeah, taking out the cops, obviously. It's just the people that are trying to do something illegal or rob you or whatever the case may be. You know, because it's illegal to carry a gun out in California. The laws are crazy. And to me, it never made sense because there's so many rich, predominant people out there, celebrities, famous people. It's like these are the people that need to be carrying a gun because there's always these crazy ass people that come up to them.
Right. But like just because see cuz like sometimes when I'm scared to go to Florida too because like I do know that people carry guns out there. So you never know when you're like just out in the fucking movies and somebody wants to act crazy and just shoot everybody, you know?
Yeah, but
or like have a random shooting somewhere.
that happens anywhere, bro. That literally
No, I
happens
know,
anywhere.
but
the fact that now the
it's more
citizens
likely
have
to
guns,
in Florida though.
not really. That's not true. The fact that citizens have guns, that means that whenever somebody's gonna rob somebody or they're gonna shoot up a place, they're gonna think twice because now that lady has a gun, that guy has a gun, that guy has a gun. You know what I mean? So now there's a lot more fear for somebody to want to do something illegal or pull out a gun because they know that other people got guns in that place.
Yeah, but these people that are doing shootings, bro, most likely they shoot themselves, so they don't give a fuck. Like, if somebody has a gun at the fucking place, they're just out there acting crazy because for whatever reason, and they end up killing a bunch of people, not thinking that they're gonna shoot or get shot by someone because they're already planning on killing themselves.
It's actually a good question that I don't know the answer to. Is where's the most shootings? What state? I definitely don't think it's Florida or Texas, which are two states known for having carried concealed weapons. I think isn't it Chicago or something like that? I think it might be Chicago. Chicago, I think, has the most gun violence.
Let me see if I can search it up real quick.
I mean, it would make sense. You always hear about these crazy shootings out in Chicago, and it's illegal for you to have guns out in Chicago.
It's Alabama.
Really?
Yeah, and then Alaska, and then Arizona. Firearm mortality by state. Alabama's number 1.
Yeah, but hold on. Because, it needs to be put in... we got to ask a better question because 50 to 60% of people that die from guns is a suicide. So that's already a large number. And I could see a lot of people killing themselves in Alabama because there ain't shit to do out there.
Or Alaska, because Alaska number 2.
Right, Alaska too. What's a good... How do we ask that question the right way?
Gun violence by state?
No, because gun violence is still going to kind of give you the same thing. Like when you kill yourself, it's still considered gun violence. How about murders, like murders with guns?
Murders by guns. States. I don't know how to Google stuff.
That's okay. They usually do a good job at letting you know what you're thinking.
I know, right? Like somebody already asked this question before.
Oh, for sure.
Percentage of Delaware.
Really?
Yeah, look, in 2019, about 85% of homicides were committed with use of firearms. Oh, this is in Missouri. A ranking of total numbers of murders by U.S. state can be found here. But another list here. Delaware's number 1, Louisiana's number 2, Georgia's number 3.
Damn.
Percentage of homicides in Delaware is 83.33%. Most likely Wilmington. Because Wilmington got some fucking hoods, bro.
That's in Delaware?
Hell yeah. It's like 20 minutes away from me.
Damn. I'm sure you could probably get a CCW out there if you really wanted to. But you haven't.
Maybe, I don't know, but shit, this is Biden's state, man. I don't know if he's with that shit.
I mean, even though it's his, I don't know. I don't know much about Delaware. I just know a lot more stuff now because of you. Anytime I tell people I'm like that you live out there, and they're like, "What the hell is he doing there?" I always tell them like, "Oh, there's no sales taxes." They're like, "Oh, really?"
It's so funny, bro, because I saw a clip of I think it was Austin Power, I'm not sure, but like they're like in front of a blue screen. I don't know if you remember that, but they're in front of a blue screen, and then like they would just pop up like random places behind them, like they're in like in Texas, and then they would do like a Texas impression, or they would be in like Alabama, they do a Alabama impression. I don't know exactly where, like the locations, but one of the lists was like Delaware, and he was like, "Oh, we're in Delaware." Like, he didn't know how to act because, like, what the fuck do you know about Delaware?
Exactly. Nobody knows shit about Delaware, bro.
Bro, it's hilarious that no one knows shit. I mean, I didn't know jack shit before moving out here.
I just knew it was, like, in that region of the Northeast. But if you tell me, like, where's Delaware on the map, I would be confused.
I mean, it's the second smallest state.
Right.
In the nation, so... it's kind of hard to find.
You could
say. An interesting fact that I learned that I just told you about is I didn't know this, and like it kind of makes sense. Like Delaware has the fastest internet speed in not just the whole entire nation, but the entire world besides South Korea.
Is it really flat out there?
Yeah, it's pretty flat. I mean, there's hills, but most of it is flat.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would make it so fast. I mean, the fact that it's flat definitely helps.
I have no idea. But that's just like a video that I stumbled upon the other day because I was looking to, for places to go out here, and I saw a video that listed like interesting facts about Delaware.
Right.
Bro, there's this place called Fort Delaware, which is like in the middle of a river, like a fucking place that back in the Civil War and shit, they used to hold people captive there. And supposedly like it's one of the most haunted places in the East Coast. And like I want to take a ferry out there.
I knew it.
And vlog that bitch.
Bro, see
what it's about.
You moved out to Delaware, now you're on some white people shit, cuz I don't go chasing the ghosts and the negative energy. I don't even really believe too much in that.
I've never done that before, but I just thought it would be an interesting ass vlog. You know, even if I don't see shit, I think it'll be super interesting to go out there and like know the history too, bro, because it's in like this place is full of fucking history. Insane history. Like, this is the first state of the nation, bro.
Is it?
Yeah. This is literally the first state. I mean, in every license plate, you see the first state.
That's funny. You know so much about fucking Delaware now. Like, I don't.
Well, I'm learning.
Right.
I'm learning more and more as I'm living here because I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know, what this is all about.
Like, I've been living in California for 2 years now. I don't really know shit about California except that weed is legal. There's a shitload of forest fires. There's a crazy ass amount of people. Guns aren't allowed. I know like the basic stuff. I don't know no crazy facts.
But the more you live somewhere, the more you start learning about
right.
You know, what you cannot do.
Is California the second biggest state?
Might be.
Or the third maybe behind Alaska.
As far as population, or is as far as like
landscape? Land, like square mileage. I feel like Texas is first, Alaska's second.
It's Alaska.
Oh, Alaska's first?
Alaska's number one.
And then Texas? So then maybe third is California?
Wait, I think Texas is bigger than California.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's Alaska, Texas, then California. Because I don't think there's any other states that's bigger than that.
Let me see. Let me just double check. Yeah, Alaska is number one. It's 570,000 square miles. Texas is number two, which is 261,000 miles. That's way lower than fucking Alaska. Alaska's huge. Yeah. If you want to go somewhere where no one can find you, Alaska's definitely it. And then California is number three, which is 155,000 square miles.
Damn, it's still way smaller than Texas too.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Like 3 Californias is not even the same size or still smaller than 1 Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really been so interested to go in Alaska, honestly. I guess it's because it's so damn cold. Like, it looks beautiful, but the fact that it's so damn cold, I'd rather go somewhere else that's beautiful and that's slightly warmer.
If you were immune to cold, where would you want to live? Cold does not matter. Like, you don't feel cold in your body. Like you could be out in the fucking blizzard and you're like chilling, like it's 75 degrees. Where would you want to live?
That's a hard ass question to answer because it's like it's almost a little bit of a mind fuck.
Well, like just based on how beautiful it is, like the scenery, right. Everything. Like cold does not matter to you.
I think Norway. Isn't Norway really cold, but it's fucking beautiful?
Is it?
Yeah, I think Norway's pretty cold.
Where is it? Oh, it's in Europe?
Yeah, it's in Europe.
Is it like snowing most of the time?
There's a lot of places.
Oh, okay, so it's like right below Sweden. Finland, I heard, is beautiful too, and that's above Sweden.
Yeah.
Finland, bro, I heard that like you get golden hour for like 8 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm surprised like Hollywood movies aren't filming more out there.
That sounds sick. That almost sounds like you forget like golden hour isn't as pleasurable anymore because it's so long. I feel like the reason we love golden hour so much is because it's so short.
It's very limited.
Yeah.
No, but as far as filming, it's amazing. So imagine like actually being on set and you got 8 hours of golden hour.
Yeah,
like,
that would be crazy.
Perfect.
That's crazy.
During summer though. During summer. Cause it's like Alaska, like you get a bunch of fucking sunlight hours.
Yeah, isn't there some places in Alaska that it literally there's only sunlight?
Well, like certain times of the year.
Right.
Like summertime, I don't think you see darkness. Winter you do. I think winter is like dark all the time.
That's crazy to be able to live in a place where it's literally daylight every day. It must be a mind fuck.
Yeah, because you have to like remember, like, oh, it's fucking
3 a.m.
p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to remember to go to sleep. Because if you look outside, it doesn't feel like you need to sleep.
I wonder what that does to your body. I wonder, because you know how they say in the wintertime, well, it's still cold as fuck out in Alaska, but you know how they say like in the wintertime, since the days are shorter and it's so damn cold that there's a lot more depression going around?
Yeah.
I wonder if it has that opposite effect if there's daylight all the time.
I don't know. Good question.
If you had $1 million to donate to whatever charitable or cause that you believe in, but it couldn't go to yourself, what would you donate it to?
Probably something in dealing with dogs.
Really?
Like to help out. Yeah, to like help out dogs in shelters and stuff.
Yeah. Like there's a bunch of people in Africa starving, but fuck them, right? Let's just help out the dogs.
Bro, like when I'm watching a movie and like a person dies, I can care less. But when a dog dies, I'm like heartbroken, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I hate to see dogs die.
Yeah, I could see that. Like one of the last movies that I cried in was Marley and Me. Did you watch that?
Of course.
You know what's gonna happen, bro. Like the movie's about the dog. You know
Any
that
dog movie,
right? Well, no, there's some dog movies
one
that
dog
they don't
movie.
die. They don't. There's some.
Is
that,
there?
Yeah. I forgot what was the name of it, but there was like this dog movie that was almost like a series that the dogs would talk like amongst themselves, and they would always get lost from their owners, but then eventually they find their owners at the end. Forgot what it was called.
Comedy?
I mean, there's like elements of comedy, but I don't know if it's considered a
It's
comedy.
not considered comedy.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think so.
Because I just assume that every dog movie, that dog is going to die eventually. Because that's what makes the story so powerful. You know, like a loyal ass dog doing everything for its owner, and then its life gets taken away for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like a sacrifice for the human.
Right. Yeah. Man, Marley and Me was tough. You knew he was gonna die at the end, and there's absolutely nothing you could do. I definitely cried like a little bitch, but hey, it is what it is.
I mean, that came out a while ago.
It did. I was younger. I was like 15 when I watched it.
Right.
That was the last movie I cried in. Honestly, It's very hard to make me cry. Very hard.
Really?
Yeah. I cried during Passion of the Christ. Did you cry during that?
I did shed a tear.
Yeah.
Especially like growing up in church.
Exactly.
Like, it definitely made me like, oh fuck, this is how it was for real. Because that was the first movie, like as far as showing Jesus's death, that was like pretty graphic.
Yeah.
Because like if you look at any other Christian movies, they're always like not showing those graphic scenes. They're just showing like straight to the point.
Right.
Like this dude's carrying the cross. He goes up the mountain or whatever, puts him on there, and like whenever they show him like hammering like the nail on the arm or the hand, they never show that.
Yeah.
But on Passion of the Christ, they're like,
close-ups.
no, we're gonna show this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you hear the whole.
So that made me really feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. Damn.
Yeah, Mel Gibson's a fucking G for making that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember any other movie that I felt some type of way like that. It was funny the other day. My roommate was crying because of this series that he was watching. It was like season. I don't know. I forgot the name of it, but it was like season 3 or 4. And then I just came out, and he was like, "Wow, man! Like, I just cried really, really bad." And I was like, "What? Like, what happened? Like, did somebody in your family get hurt or something?" He was like, "Nah, it's this series that I've been watching." It was like, it was really strong. I was like, "Damn." But I mean, I could see you crying. Well, no, yeah, I could see it being more effective in a series, especially if you've been following it for a long time, because there's more time for that build up. You know, in a movie, I mean, usually when you do cry, it's towards the end. You know.
Well, it depends though, because if you're watching a series like every other week or every week, like sometimes you forget shit.
Yeah.
But if you're binge watching, then it's like, okay, I understand, because you're like, you literally soaking all that shit in.
Right. Yeah,
like
that's
an
true.
8-hour movie.
That's true. Oh, thought my computer's overheating over here. Getting direct sunlight now.
You are in Florida, so you gotta watch out.
It's hot, bro. It's hot as... I mean, I'm sure over there it's hot, too.
Have you been going to the beach every day?
Not every day, but I would go probably like once every like 2 or 3 days. I would go. I'm actually gonna go boating right after this. I'm gonna go wakeboarding and stuff like that. So,
damn, what a good life you have, huh?
back to reality tomorrow.
What's reality to you?
California. But I mean,
why, you're not living in reality right now?
I mean, I am, but it's just I'm not as productive out here. Like, I feel like I still, when I'm here for an extended period of time, which I've been here for basically 2 weeks, I almost feel like I'm living here again. And I'm like, I don't like this. I don't want to feel like I'm living here. I wanted to feel like vacation when I come out here, and it's not feeling like vacation anymore. And then I feel like I'm less...
Well, you can't stay as long, that's why.
No, yeah, I agree. But there was like certain things that I had to do out here that were kind of spread apart. Plus, my mom recently got into a cycling accident, so I've been taking care of her too, like spending time with her.
How is she, by the way?
She's good. She upgraded from a walker to a cane, so now she's walking on a cane.
Damn.
Yeah. But it's just funny because, like, yesterday we went in the mall and we walked from, like, I don't know, maybe like 0.2 miles. Took fucking forever, bro. And then I just told her, I was like, on the way, because we needed to go back to the Apple store because I needed to pick up my phone. And I told her, I was like, hey, you just stay by this exit over here and I'm going to go to the Apple store and I'll grab the car and I'll come pick you up at this exit.
Them, it's like you're the parent telling her like, hey, you stay right here and daddy will be right back, okay?
Yeah, bro, definitely. It's kind of weird seeing my mom on a walker and stuff, because my mom's super independent and she loves doing everything in her own time. Like, she's gonna do it.
She's active.
She's super active. Super active. So whenever she needs to get something done, she's gonna get it done right away. But now she's relying on everybody, and she gets hot real quick. Because, like, a lot of times people are just in the middle of doing something. Like, her boyfriend's, he's busy as fuck, you know? He owns, like, multiple businesses and stuff, so he's always on the phone. And then my mom, like, asks for something, and then he's on the phone, he gets distracted, and then she starts getting, like, super irritated. It's like, I get it, but...
I do feel for her, though, because it must suck being in that position.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
being dependent on others.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that must be so fucking devastating. If I can't get something done myself and I need someone else to, that is, like, just that itself is so frustrating just to think about. Imagine to actually be in that situation.
Yeah, bro, initially she couldn't even use the restroom by herself. Imagine that.
Damn, so your mom's boyfriend had to, like, help her go to the bathroom?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, she broke two, what's that bone? It's like right below the hip bone. I forgot the name of it now.
Hip bone?
No, it's below the hip bone. But she broke both sides, which is basically her legs, and she broke a shoulder and her tailbone. So, like, she fucked everything up. Yeah.
Wait, did you explain what happened to her? Because I don't know if we
No, I don't.
explained it
No,
on
I
the
think
podcast.
yeah, I think I explained it off the podcast. So she was, my mom in the past 2 years has been getting into cycling, and she got into a cycling accident where she was biking with her boyfriend, and he's a professional. He's been doing this for 3-4 decades now, so he knows exactly what he's doing. And he always says, like, if you don't pay attention when you're cycling, you're going to pay with your skin. And that's exactly what happened. My mom kind of didn't pay attention for a split second, and he kind of gave her the signal to brake and pause and slow down, and she didn't. And by the time she saw it, it was too late, and she hit her wheel on the back of his wheel, and she flipped over.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's horrible.
Yeah, they called me because it's a 3-hour time difference from Florida to California. And they called me. This happened probably at like 9:30 a.m. So I got a phone call at 6:30 a.m. I didn't wake up, but I woke up at 7 and I saw the call and I was like, something happened, because they don't call me this early. They know I'm sleeping. And
right.
Sure enough. Her boyfriend's hilarious. He was like, Nicholas, like, I want you to know everything's okay, all right? But something bad happened. And I was like, oh fuck.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah. Hey, that's part of it,
I
though.
hope she has a speedy recovery, because I would hate to be stuck in that position.
Yeah, that's part of it. My thing is,
Has you been taking a lot of drugs?
In the beginning, in the beginning she took a couple, but she didn't want to really take. Like, they were trying to give her like a whole bunch of stronger stuff, and she didn't want to take it.
Yeah. You got to be careful with that shit, too.
Yeah.
Because that's when people get addicted right there.
Yeah.
They get into some type of fucking accident. Doctor prescribes them with a bunch of fucking heavy-ass painkillers. And these people get hooked on it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think my mom would ever get hooked on. I mean, I wouldn't say never, because shit happens to random people, but I don't know.
Right.
My mom just.
Plus, you never like really. A lot of people aren't like that, but after they try it, that's when they become hooked.
Right. Yeah, but I don't know. My mom's really against all that stuff. You know, I guess religion kind of helps at that point. What's the bravest thing you've ever done?
Bravest thing I've ever done. Wow. I'm not a brave person.
Damn, bro, you calling yourself a pussy?
No. Is that the opposite of brave?
Yeah, I'd say so. You know, like if somebody does something, you'll be like, oh, yo, you're brave. And if they end up backing up from something, be like, oh, you're a fucking pussy. You know? So I guess it would be the opposite.
Can you answer that first so I could think about it?
Shit. And me answering it, it's kind of going to give away. You're probably going to say that the same thing to you too. One of the bravest things I've done.
So it's not as brave.
I mean, it's not that it's not as brave. It's like, for me, it was fucking brave. And I'm sure for you too, because we never did it before. Together? When we went, rappelling. Yeah, we were rappelling from the rocks.
Oh yeah, right.
That shit was sketchy as fuck, bro. Like your life depends on a fucking rope at that point.
Yeah.
And you, like, for you to start it off, you have to literally put your legs and like prop it up off of the rock, so your back is to nothing.
Yeah, it's like you're pushing against the rock.
Exactly. That shit was sketch. And then at first you have adrenaline, and then when you go down like a couple of feet, that shit wears off, bro. I started shaking, and then I looked up. I was like, oh, I must be halfway down. I looked up. I was barely down. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that's one of the things for sure.
Your ass fucking didn't even use your legs to extend your body out. You were like grinding on that rock.
God.
That shit was hilarious.
I was so fucking scared, bro. So fucking scared.
That shit was hilarious. And then I'd say another brave thing that I did, which you also did too, was skydiving.
Yeah.
That shit
when you said brave, for some reason, like, none of those things popped in my mind. It was more of like, when was the last time I saved a kitty from like a tree?
Oh, like a hero type brave.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't think of like something that I did selfishly.
Right. Now I'm trying to think in that perspective. I don't even remember either.
Like saving someone's life or doing something that you didn't want to do for someone else. That's what I had in mind.
Right. Look at you being selfless.
No, I'm just like that's what popped in my head when you said brave.
Right.
Not like something that I went skydiving or I rappelled a 300-foot cliff.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. But nah.
Or like you let someone borrow money that like you barely had enough money, something like that.
That's not brave. That's stupid.
Not really. What if somebody really needs it? Like your significant other, like they really need like they really need money to pay for something.
I mean,
and you have like that exact amount in your bank account, and you give it to them just because you don't want them to,
I don't
go
know.
through some shit.
I don't think I consider that brave per se.
No.
Nah.
To like save someone else.
Yeah.
Someone else's ass.
Yeah. Well,
Like
I mean,
financial ruin.
yeah, that's the thing though. Like financial ruin isn't really like. It's just a risk that you're taking. I don't think it's necessarily about being brave. Especially if it's your
Like you're not
significant
risking
other.
your life.
Right, exactly.
That's what you're saying.
Exactly. Like a life risking scenario.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever risked my life for anybody else.
Yeah, no. Like I've risked like getting my ass beat, I recall like as a little kid, like they were like there was these kids that I didn't like already, and they were picking on this kid, like they were about to beat the shit out of him, and then like I stepped in, and then like we got in a fight, but it wasn't. I was a little kid, like it's not. Nothing really would have happened to me. I might have had a black eye or something like that.
You stood up to a bully?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Brazil's a little bit different, like with bullies, or at least at that time. Like everybody, I would get into a lot of fights as a little kid, actually. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, and then I kind of like stopped doing that when I came to the United States. I don't know what happened. I'm glad something did happen, but when I was little, I would get into a lot of fights in school. But it was different. Like you didn't really get suspended like that. In Brazil, like you just got in fights and then they just separated you, and then it was almost like a timeout type of vibe. Like I was like 6 years old, so I guess it is considered timeout, but it was like first grade, like first graders could get suspended out here. In Brazil, that doesn't really happen.
Plus, I mean, like, what's the worst that could happen? Like, you get punched in the face.
Right, yeah.
Because, like, if you were to get into a fight nowadays, then it's more risky.
Exactly.
Like,
I could get stabbed.
Could pop out a knife or something,
100%. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of something that involves me saving somebody's life or risking my own life to help somebody else, honestly.
Right.
I could only think
What about like leaving my 9-to-5 to pursue freelance?
I mean, I guess, but it's still...
Is that being brave?
It
is risky.
It is like it.
Not risking my life, but I'm risking something.
I mean, I'm risking
saying like the safety of my 9-to-5, a guaranteed paycheck.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not just like the whole thing that you were saying financially, but I don't know. It's just a different level. I guess what the question I was asking is more along the lines of what we were mentioning, like saving somebody's life or that.
Like risking your life.
Yeah, risking your life.
Literally.
Exactly.
Yeah, then I'll probably have to say the same as you. Like, rappelling a 300-foot cliff was one of the fucking most scariest thing I've ever done. Like, literally, my life was just there. It was like I put my life on a fucking rope.
Yeah. Bro,
and that, to me, was so risky.
I was so happy when I touched the ground. I was like, oh my God, it's over, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if I had that much fun, to be honest. It was mostly fear.
Yeah.
But I do feel like eventually if you do it enough times, you actually start enjoying that shit.
For sure.
And you're not really thinking about like, being scared. You're just thinking about like, damn, this looks cool as fuck. This view's amazing. I'm just hanging here by a fucking rope.
Yeah.
Like, who else can do this? You
Yeah.
know? Then it becomes like exciting. But I heard that fear and excitement is pretty like close to each other as far as emotions.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I look at it as like a character building thing. It's like something that, did I honestly want to do it? Especially like I wanted to do it until we got there. When we got there, I was like, I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah,
like I misjudged.
Second thoughts.
I misjudged what 300 feet was. I was like, okay, this is fucking steep as hell. 300 feet didn't seem that high when you say it. And then when you see it, you're like, oh, fuck. This is really, really, really steep. But I guess conquering that fear is what makes it worth it,
Yeah. She was nuts.
It was.
Hey, you saw Rihanna became a self-made billionaire?
Yeah, with her Fenty line, right?
Yeah.
Fenty. I don't know what it's called.
I'm not sure either. But it's crazy, right? Like how these artists sometimes become a billionaire from products versus like their music.
Yeah. It comes to show.
Think about how much work she put into her like music over the past decade or so. Mm-hmm. Like touring, recording, music video shoots, like so many hours.
But it like, there's so many people that take percentages of your things. Like eventually when it trickles down to you, like they could say, oh yeah, my show cost $1 million, but how much are you really getting out of that $1 million? Like you might be getting 100, 200K,
Yeah, it depends on your deal.
Right. But I mean, majority of these major artists, unless you're Russ, then there's not that many people like Russ.
Yeah.
They're not independent, so they have to pay up the label and the management and this and that and this and that. So by the time it trickles down to them, like I said, they're not making as much as most people would think.
Right.
But
I just think it's crazy that like she's known for her music, but what made her a billionaire is her fucking company.
Yeah.
Her products, And that's also like a entrepreneur thing where like you make money on in your sleep. Like she doesn't have to be there, or she doesn't have to even be awake for her to earn money because people are buying that shit all the time.
Yep. Yeah, I'll never forget my economics teacher in college. He said that he would go to this restaurant with his family all the time, and there would be this old man that would always sit there and have the most expensive bottle of wine, and he would just drink the bottle of wine. Every time he was in that restaurant, my teacher, he would see that guy there sitting by himself always, eating the same thing, drinking the same wine. And then after going there so many times, one day he just decided to like go up to him. He's like, man, like I always see you drinking the same wine, like just over here by yourself. And they started getting into a conversation. It turns out that guy invented the cutter for Cookie Crisps, or these Rice Krispie treats. Not Cookie Crisp. Okay. Sorry, that's a cereal. The Rice Krispie treats. You know what I'm talking about? He invented
they're just blocks though.
Exactly. So he invented like the cutter that cuts them all up.
How hard is that?
But it comes to show like he's good. He's great for the rest of his life, just off of that.
Just off one invention.
I was just at our friend's house, Larry. And
like he sold a patent. Like how did he make the money?
I don't know. I don't remember. But he invented it. He's the inventor. So I'm sure. I don't know if he sold the patent. Maybe he's
still getting paid. Like
yeah,
he owns the patent.
Yeah, he's getting residuals. That's for sure. Like he was saying that he gets residuals, but I don't know if he like sold majority of it or whatever. But I was just at our friend's house, Larry, and he has a 1-year-old son. So they have these little things that you put into the plugs. That I remember back in the days, like when you put it into the outlets, it's just like a little plastic covering. But nowadays, it's kind of the same thing, except like you have to pull it down and then you could pull it out. And I just grabbed it because we were plugging something in, so I had to take it out of the outlet. And I was just looking at it and I was like, damn, how rich do you think the guy is that invented this? I'm sure a millionaire, bro. Like, it's the simplest little thing. The overhead's not that crazy.
Billionaire, probably.
Yeah. So like inventing a product is the best way to go, bro. But I mean, these people like Rihanna and the Kardashians and the Jenners, they also have a lot of brand recognition because they themselves are brands. So when they go to sell things, they can make a lot of money because people are going to buy whatever they sell.
Yeah, but look at Jessica Alba. She also has a company, like a beauty company, and she's not attached to that at all. Like I don't think she's like put her face in anything. It's just the products are really fucking good, and it took off. I mean, maybe it helped that she had funds to start it with, but it wasn't because she was Jessica Alba. I think.
Yeah, I mean it helps a lot, bro. Like, people know who owns that brand. Like, people, I don't think Rihanna really puts her face
but
up.
not everybody that buys that product knows that she owns it.
Sure, 100%. But it gets to the point where now it's just out in the market. It's a mass thing that everybody can buy. But it helps that they already have a following, like the beginning of it, to first start selling. And then eventually, yeah. Because then now, if you bought something and from some creator and you thought it was dope, and I have no idea who the hell that creator is, but now you're my friend and you're telling me, yo, I love this product. Now I'm going to buy it because word of mouth,
Yeah. Same with Kanye West with the Yeezys. Like, not everybody that buys that knows it's Kanye West.
Right. Or even likes Kanye West or his music.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, that one is a little bit more given because he calls himself Yeezy.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's up to, that's up to the creator.
Right.
Naming the products. Because, like, even, like, Dr. Dre, Beats by Dre.
Yeah.
He has his name included in there.
Yeah.
But he's also, like, a billionaire, right? Because he sold that shit to Apple.
They said that, but I don't know. I also read something else that, like, he's not necessarily a billionaire because he owned a percentage of it. He didn't own the full thing. I don't know.
See. But still, like, I'm sure he made majority of his wealth through beats.
Oh, yeah.
Versus his fucking music.
Right.
Same with Kanye West. Same with Rihanna.
Right.
Same with Jessica Alba. Like, all these people made more money from products than they did for their service.
Yeah. I think, honestly, one of, like, the originators of this are the Kardashians, because the Kardashians, how did they even make money before? Just honestly modeling, or appearances. Yeah. And then when they came
brand
out,
deals.
Exactly. And then when they came out their products, everybody was like, "Oh, damn!" Especially the younger one, Kylie. They're like, "What?
Yeah,
she's a billionaire."
Kylie Cosmetics.
Yeah.
I heard that's not really true though.
Yeah, me too. I heard it's not true either. I'll never forget a meme when that came out, that news that she's a billionaire. And they were like, "Oh, she's the youngest self-made billionaire." The meme said, "Yeah, she says self-made is her dad's vagina."
Oh, fuck. Hey, what do you think of New York City requiring proof of a vaccine for indoor dining and activities?
I don't think it's gonna stick.
You think people are gonna revolt?
Yeah, I mean, there've already been a small number of demonstrations against it, but I don't think that's gonna persist because it's just not gonna work. Like, even think about employees that aren't vaccinated, especially in restaurants and stuff like that. I just don't think.
You don't think the government is able to enforce that?
I think they could try, but I think that it's gonna end up becoming worse than what they would want. I don't know, bro. I just think all of this is like they're slowly just trickling down and taking our rights and stuff like that. And it's not that I'm anti-vax, because I have vaccines. I've taken multiple vaccines. It's just that this particular one, I'm a little bit skeptical. Not a little bit. I'm very skeptical about,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
But why? Why is that? Like, why are you more skeptical about this one versus any other ones that you've taken?
Because this one rolled out in a record time. It's not FDA approved. It uses RNA instead of DNA. There's so many things to it.
What's the difference?
To be honest with you, I don't even remember. I read about all this shit, and then it goes in through 1 year, and then the next day I forget all this shit. Thanks to marijuana.
So you're just saying shit?
No. Like I've read this stuff, but I can't explain to you in details like what it means. Like I read before what it meant, but I can't tell you what it means now. And if I did, I'd probably be fucking it up, butchering it, and then people are gonna be like, "Oh, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about."
Right. I mean, because people in Europe right now, like especially France, bro, they're going off.
Yeah.
Italy, going off. Like they're not accepting this shit, or at least some residents or citizens aren't.
I also think that they were talking about was it in the Joe Rogan podcast where because the people are getting these vaccines that don't protect you 100% against it. Well, no vaccine 100% protects you, but it's meant to. This one in particularly does even less, and because of that, that's why we're getting different strains, because people are getting COVID, and this vaccine is not really fighting it like it should. And it's developing into something else. It's mutating. And now that's why you're getting different variants and stuff like that. So, and they're trying to blame it on the unvaccinated people. I don't know. I just think there's just more shit to divide people. And the news just keeps putting out this agenda of, if you're unvaccinated, then you're not safe. If you get COVID, then it's probably going to be worse for you, the symptoms. I personally know a decent amount of people that have the vaccine and has still gotten COVID. I know some people that had COVID really bad. We know somebody that went to the hospital with the vaccine, you know? So it doesn't matter, bro. It does not matter. I personally, and if you go to a lot of scientists says the same thing, it's way better for you to actually get the virus in nature, in real life, and then develop the antibodies. It's way more effective than getting a vaccine. That's been true throughout history for whatever fucking sickness that there was, not just COVID.
Well, not every disease is like that. 'Cause, like, what if you get smallpox or the yellow fever? Like, what if that shit could kill you?
Right.
If you don't have the vaccine.
Well, sure, it could kill you, but what I'm saying is, going back to there's no vaccine that 100% protects you. If you get the smallpox or whatever, when you develop those antibodies, you're for sure not getting that shit again, or it's really going to protect you as opposed to the vaccine that you got for it, you know?
Right. Yeah, because I just don't think COVID is such a big deal like they claim it to be. Like, I don't think it's really, like, yeah, it's killing people, but I think the majority of the people that it's killing is people that are unhealthy.
Yeah.
Who have a, like, weak immune system,
underlying conditions,
who are overweight, you know, and they're not talking about that. They're not talking about like, hey, what can we do to prevent this naturally?
That's what I'm saying. They
through exercise, through health, through diet. It's more of like, how can you and that's what doctors do. Doctors aren't there to teach you how to prevent something from happening or a disease from happening. They're just there to treat the actual fucking disease.
Right.
So they're earning money by treating it versus preventing you from getting it in the first place.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, even like with the vaccine and stuff, like, yeah, if you're going to promote the vaccine, then promote a healthier lifestyle as well.
Yeah.
You know, but they don't do that. They don't care, bro. It's become another thing to divide everybody. And it goes back to people are like, oh, you're a fucking conspiracy theorist and this and that. It's like
anti-vax.
Right. It's like, bro, I'm really not. It's just that I don't want to put some foreign thing into my body that has a bunch of metals and has a bunch of different things inside of it into my body for something that's not even working, if you think about it. Because, again, like I said, I personally know people that have the vaccine and still got it and still are having a tough time with it, you know? So,
yeah, which doesn't make sense why they're enforcing it. People can still transmit it.
Right.
People can still get it. I get that, like, the death rates might go down if you do get it, but still, like, let me decide that if I want to take it or not.
Exactly.
Let me have that choice. And another thing that is so controversial too is like these are the same people saying my body, my choice for like abortions and stuff.
Right.
So that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna say my body, my choice when it's, you know, to kill a fucking child, and then you're over here pushing vaccines on everybody with no choice?
That's the thing, man. It's like,
that's the type of shit that like it does not make sense, bro. Like, what the fuck?
And
like that's very hypocritical.
And it all trickles down to like different things. Like they do this and they enforce you to do this. Like, do you honestly think like, I mean, COVID's always going to be around, always. Like, you have to just accept that, because it's like anything else. All these diseases that we get shots for, they continue to be around. You just get immune to it and stuff like that. You develop immunities. But COVID's always going to be around. So what's going to happen when there's a new variant? You're going to have to get a booster shot, and you're going to keep on having to get booster shots?
Yeah. I feel like that's what it's going to end up happening, is we're always going to be able to have to take something every year.
Yeah, and then
there's a new update.
And then now your medical record is almost becoming like public in a sense, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, wait, what? This is me. This is like my own body. Like, I don't have to tell you what I'm doing.
And I feel like there's a lot of doctors and scientists who like probably know, but don't want to come out with their opinions because they don't want like to get scrutinized.
Yeah.
They don't want a backlash.
And they'll lose their jobs and whatever the case may be, you know? They'll lose funding.
So I think we're at a really, really weird situation right now where we're not really having the freedom of speech.
And that's the thing. It slowly but surely takes your rights, man. Like, imagine having to go anywhere, like traveling around the United States, you have to bring a Vax card with you. Like, what? It's like a new driver's license in a sense, you know?
Right.
Nah, this
and
is
it's
crazy.
Funny because like when it's I don't know, bro. Because like I could be telling people that the sky is fucking green, but yeah, you might consider that misinformation. But why can't I tell people that the sky is green? So what? Let me tell people that the sky is green.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Let me say what the fuck I want.
And that's also the thing. Like, a lot of the information that came out, even from the CDC and the government in the beginning of COVID, if you look back at it, nowadays it's misinformation. You know?
Yeah.
And the CDC is always fucking changing their mind. At first, when this new variant showed up, they're like, oh, no, people with the vaccines can't spread it. And now they can. So it's like, okay, so you were spreading misinformation at the time. You know? Yep. They're just slowly...
They don't get corrected. They don't get censored.
Nah. This is just... Bro, like I said, this is meant to really just take our rights, like slowly but surely. And it trickles down to other little things. Why are people so passionate about gun control and stuff like that? Because they know once you take one little aspect of it, it's not going to stop there. It's just going to continue and continue and continue and continue.
Yeah. They're always going to want more.
And they're always going to hit you with stats that goes with their narrative. But when you go deep into the stats, like I was mentioning before when we were talking about guns, they'll say, oh, there's... I don't know what the actual number is, but let's just say, oh, there's 1 million deaths a year related to gun violence. Okay, now... This is factual. About 50 to 60% of that is suicides. So, of course, they're not going to tell you that. Of course, they're not going to put in that statistic. They're just going to give you the big-ass number. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just tell you the statistics that pushes their argument.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think everybody...
makes their argument seem better.
Everybody just needs to have their own choice, and people need to accept somebody else's choice. Like, if somebody didn't get vaccinated and you just didn't want to be with them or be around them, then so be it. It is what it is. But don't expect me to do what you want or what everybody else wants me to do just because you feel some type of way. You know, and you don't even know if it's the right information, because in the future it could come out that, this vaccine causes this vaccine causes that. And the fact that you can't even sue the companies... And the fact that these companies
they're not reliable.
The fact that these companies have been sued by so many people in major lawsuits throughout history is like, does this not concern you guys at all?
Does it not raise any red flags?
Right, man. But to each his own. Like, if somebody got vaccinated, and there's a lot of people within my family and very close to me that got vaccinated, to each his own.
Same here.
I don't trickle down on them and be like, oh, you're fucking stupid. I don't say that shit. Like, do you?
No, but they do to us.
Yeah.
They do to the people that don't want to take it.
100%.
Which is so unfair. Like, I'm not out here fucking calling you idiots for taking the vaccine.
Yeah, that's it, man. It is what it is. I just hate the fact that we're all separated. That's it. It goes from one thing.
Fucking sucks.
It goes from Democrats to Republicans. Then it goes to Black Lives Matter versus the other side. Now it goes from vaccinated to the unvaccinated. You know, like, it's not helping our country at all. Like, we should really be. What's our fucking motto? United we stand, divided we fall. And we're literally divided right now.
Yes, we are. Well, I think we should just end it on that note before it gets more controversial.
Well, yeah, I guess so, right?
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on the gram as well.
Yeah.
Get some merch. uhohmerch.com. And leave a comment. Love to hear from you guys. What topics do you want us to talk about? Really, for real. Would love to hear about it. Because maybe not everybody wants to hear what we have to say about the vax, you know?
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. But I would like to get their opinions on, whatever subjects.
For sure. Again, like I remember saying this in other podcasts, I love talking about controversial things because it's either going to strengthen your argument or it's going to diminish it and break it down. So I like talking about it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, y'all. See you next week. Peace out.
Deuces.